everyone, it is Cara theBubblelush, and this is my week 17 pregnancy update. Welcome to my mess that is my craft room. I have not gotten to spend much time down here lately. Usually what I do is I gather all the stuff I need and I bring it upstairs to the dining room table so that Hannah can play. I need to spend some time down here though and clean it up so it's a little toddler friendly. Anyways, but this is an easy place to film. Chris and Hannah are upstairs hanging out. They're having a little father-daughter day, and so I'm going to come down here and spend some time with you guys and talk to you about what things were like when I was 17 weeks pregnant. I'm obviously, this whole pregnancy I've been behind. I'm actually 18 weeks today, and so it's not fair if I include a belly shot in this picture, but or in this video, but I'm going to film my 18-week video immediately after this and upload it then like tomorrow, the next day. And so I will include a belly shot in the next video because that's my 18-week video and I'll have an 18-week tummy. Make sense? I think so. Okay, another little disclaimer about this video is that I'm going to be talking about like some kind of emotions and stuff that I went through with the pregnancy this week, well, for the past couple weeks. And I'm doing it because I feel like these vlogs are a place to be honest and talk about feelings and stuff like that. And but now that I'm a little farther along, I feel better about everything. But I think that when I was feeling this way, I felt like nobody else was. So maybe if I make a vlog and I talk about it, people will be like, whew, I'm not the only one. Alright. When I was pregnant with Hannah, and sorry I keep going back to that, but that's kind of the only other experience I have to draw from, right? And that Hannah's pregnancy is like what my view of a normal pregnancy is, because that's my only experience. So with this one being so different, I keep like having a gut check and keep having to remind myself that every pregnancy is different. The situation when I was pregnant with Hannah is, you know, I've been trying to conceive for a long time. The second I found out I was pregnant, I was completely over the moon, completely excited. It had been the end of a very long road. 15 months of trying to conceive, 7 cycles of fertility treatment. 7? Yeah, 7. And over the course of like a full year. And it was like Christmas Eve, it was just perfect. And so the entire pregnancy I was just kind of like in awe and super, super excited. And just like, I knew that I had been through like so much to get pregnant that like, I earned this pregnancy, right? So that's kind of like going through my mind. And like, obviously, just like all newly pregnant women, you're always kind of afraid that something bad is going to happen. But I never really had that feeling that was really strong, that like a shoe was going to drop and something bad is going to happen. With this pregnancy, because it happened when we were taking a break from fertility treatments, and it was kind of like a surprise pregnancy, even though we were trying to get pregnant. Weird. It almost felt like it happened too easily, right? And I was always waiting for like something bad to happen, because this just doesn't happen. Like, you don't just like magically fall pregnant the second you stop trying to conceive, right? Except for, it happens all the time. But like in my mind, I'm thinking, I have in my bathroom still, up in my master bathroom, above our medicine cabinet, I have 2, I gotta get rid of them. I don't know what to do with them though. I have 2 huge bags, like big grocery paper sacks, big sacks, full of the boxes and the syringes and everything that we needed to do all of our fertility cycles, all of our injectable medication. And it's not like medicine that's up there, but I just like kept all the boxes and packaging and everything. And it's a lot. And I look at that every time I like go into that bathroom and I'm like getting ready to take a shower. I look up and I see out of those boxes I had taken out all the stacks of Follistim. So I have all these boxes of Follistim stacked up, and it's just ridiculous. There's 600 IU boxes, and I have like 8 of them. And I injected all of this medicine. I was on such a high dose, and I didn't even grow a follicle, right? Like it didn't respond. My body just was not working, and so it's so weird for me to think that like as soon as we stopped trying, even though I changed my diet, even though I totally relaxed, even though, you know, we were on vacation and it was just, all the stress was gone. Those injectable cycles are really stressful. It's so weird to think that like my body just responded And I magically conceived on like the very first cycle. We took a break. And so, and a lot of times it just feels like it just happened too easily, right? Like there are so many people that are still out there trying and trying and trying and trying, and I took a break and got pregnant. Like that just doesn't make any sense to me. I took forever for my head to wrap around that. And so because of that, it's not that I wasn't grateful. It was that the fact that I know like how amazing it is, and almost like didn't feel worthy in a way, because I was like, this just, I don't understand how this could happen like so amazingly. Like it's just amazing. And sorry, I'm rambling. I'm just trying to like get it across that like I'm not trying to be ungrateful. It's just I kept waiting for that shoe to drop. And so combine that with the fact it wasn't, God, my first trimester was just awful. Just awful. And this huge total life change of going from being a full-time working mom to full-time like stay-at-home mom, which was awesome, but it was a crazy transition. You know, it's weird when you're used to like bringing in money and contributing, and I'm still totally contributing to my family. In fact, we're all a lot happier now, especially now that things have calmed down. This was absolutely the right decision for my family. But it's switching your mindset of how I'm contributing to the family now versus it was so obvious back when I had a job how I was contributing. You know what I mean? And so there were times where I would find myself like forgetting I was pregnant in a way, even though I started showing so much earlier with this pregnancy. Like, for example, Chris and I had his company party, and so I'm all dressed up, and I'm actually wearing a pre-pregnancy dress, but it's one of those belted dresses, and so I have it belted, you know, like right under my boobs, and I have my little bump, and I'm walking up the stairs, I'm just not thinking about it, and all of a sudden that like internal dialogue starts going of like, all right, you're about to walk into a room with all of his coworkers and like suck in the gut and like, you know, smile and look presentable, you know, and then I stop myself immediately and I'm like, no, you're pregnant. Like, you're like, you don't need to suck in your gut. Like you're pregnant. And so it's also a switch in, I think, body image and trying to get my mind to catch up with the fact that like I'm pregnant. And so, anyway, I walk into, well, I'm sitting in my 17-week appointment. It's right before I have 17 weeks. 16 weeks and 5 days. And I'm all by myself. Hannah's with Chris. One of the very first times that's happened that I've gone to an appointment by myself. Chris usually is always there, but today I was just like, we had a lot of stuff going on, and so I told him to just take Hannah and I'll go to the appointment by myself. So I get there, she takes my blood pressure, it's awesome. She takes my weight, it's awesome. At that point I was down 22 pounds. So I mean, like, I feel good even though I like have a bump, like I feel good, I don't have any morning sickness, there's nothing going wrong with this appointment yet. And so I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for the midwife, and as soon as the midwife walks in, I just start crying. And I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. Because it was the first time I had like a really pregnancy, hormonal, emotional moment. And it was kind of freaking me out. And so we started talking, and she was like, first of all, it's totally okay that you're crying. You were the 4th woman to start crying as soon as I walked through the door today. She's like, and I'm gonna cry at any minute because I'm kind of premenstrual. And so this is why I love my midwife. She's awesome. Just totally kind of put me at ease and didn't make me feel like a weirdo that's sitting on the table crying, even though that's probably what I was. And we started talking about the fact that like the second pregnancy is so different, because the first time I didn't have really anything to do but just revel in the fact that I was finally pregnant and I was finally going to be a mom and I was finally going to have a baby. And this time with Hannah's just like my whole focus now that I'm a stay-at-home mom. Like, just like every minute of the day I'm with her and I'm caring for her and I'm teaching her, and so there's not a lot of time left over for me to like think about the baby. And even if I was thinking about the baby is still just kind of this ambiguous baby at this point. Like, because there's so much hinging on if it's a boy or if it's a girl, right? And that sounds so dumb, like it shouldn't really matter, but, and I don't care either way. That's the thing. I don't care. I don't care if I have a girl. I don't care if I have a boy. I want it to be healthy. I want it to be happy. I want it to be cute. Let's say cute. I want it to be friendly. You know, obviously there's all these things that you want for your kid, and I don't care what the gender is. So many people are excited and want to know, and I do too. The thing is, it doesn't bother me either way. I just want to know. Because right now, when I'm envisioning my life in 6 months, I see Hannah as 2.5, which is crazy, and like a baby in a car seat. Kind of, you know, like if we're out and about, like I have a baby in an ergo carrier, and then Hannah running around, and it's hard to imagine myself dividing. All right, they say you don't divide your love like when you have a second kid, but it's so weird for me to think of having another child because I'm so used to my 100% focus being on Hannah. And so I was telling her, I was just kind of like talking this through with her, and she's like, this makes perfect sense. Like, you are not alone. This is what a lot of women in their second pregnancy feel like. She's like, and there will be a moment where you will acknowledge this pregnancy. And when she said that, I felt like so guilty. So guilty. Like, but she was kind of right in a way. Like, I haven't necessarily acknowledged the pregnancy because I spent so much time being so sick. And I don't resent the baby for that at all, but like, it's hard to revel in happiness when you're super sick. And now that I feel good, it's not like I really have a lot of break time away from Hannah where I can just like kind of focus on this baby. It's still all about Hannah because I'm at home with her all day long. And she's like, there will just come a point where you will really start bonding with this baby as its like own entity. And she said it could be any time. It could be when you feel it kicking for the first time. It can happen when you find out the gender at the birth. Sometimes I've seen it as late as like the first breastfeeding session. But there will come a time where you will just realize that this baby is like its own person, you know, and it's not just this idea of having a second kid. Like, it is actually a real live baby here. And I agreed with her. I was like, yeah, I think for me it's going to be either when I feel a kick for the first time or when I find out the gender, and I can we can settle on a name, and we can kind of start imagining either having a boy or having another girl. And I know that there are so many people that are team green that wait until the birth. And I've actually talked to some of the moms that have made that decision and kind of talked to them about how they bonded without knowing the gender, because I've always thought that it would be great to do that. Maybe once, like if this baby was a boy, let's say, and I have a girl and I have all the stuff to raise a girl, and I have a boy and I have all the stuff to raise a girl, and that third baby, maybe that would be cool to be on like team green and have it be this big surprise, and it, you know, you're prepared either way because you have baby boy stuff and baby girl stuff, and it's just like something that you can, it's like a moment where you find out the gender. And I've always thought that that would be super cool, and Chris has thought so too. But this time around, man, I don't know how I would feel doing that. And again, every pregnancy is different. Maybe next time around that'll still sound great to me, and you know, have it be a surprise at the very, very end. But as of right now, I cannot imagine going until the birth and not finding out the gender, because I feel like this time around is just so much different. It's the bonding experience is so different. And I think it's just honestly because my life is so much different now than it was the last time I was pregnant. You know, not even just the fact that I have another child, Hannah, but like my work life, and I'm older, and I don't really know what it is. But so anyway, I'm expecting a lot of thumbs down and stuff like that, because whenever I'm honest, I always offend someone, and that's not the point. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to come off as a bad mother or anything. Obviously, I am so excited for this baby. I'm so excited, and I just feel like blessed and at times so unworthy that like I got pregnant again. And I have to remind myself that like it didn't just happen out of the blue. Like, we did work for this baby. We did multiple cycles of Femera. We did huge marathon cycles of injectables, and you know, this is this baby's, I guess, this is how this baby came to be. It's its own story, and it's its own person, and it's just been an interesting journey, kind of coming to the point of starting to bond with the second baby. It's different. It's really different, and I wasn't expecting it because nobody talks about it. So here's the thing. Now I'm 18 weeks. I've already felt the baby kick, which has been a huge difference. I'll talk about that in the next vlog. And I'm going to find out the gender in a week. And I'm at a completely different place than I was a week ago. So I don't need words of encouragement. But maybe if you've had a similar kind of journey towards grasping the fact that you're pregnant, sometimes it's kind of a completely overwhelming concept. Maybe leave a comment for other girls watching this video that have felt the same. Yeah, please don't blast me. I think it's very hard to get in here and make videos where you're like being honest about, you know, feelings, not reservations, but just like, obviously this kind of makes me sound like a bad person. So I think it can come across as like I'm a bad person. But talking with the midwife really helped, and like I said, I am in a completely different place now. So it was short-lived, and I knew that it would be. It's kind of like that morning sickness. You know that at some point it's going to stop. And this feeling of like feeling disconnected from this baby. That's kind of what it was. I just like felt disconnected. I felt like I wasn't able to spend time focusing on it and bonding with it the way that I did with Hannah. That's since changed in the past week. So yeah. Sorry this is a rambling mess. I hope that you got something from it. And like I said in my 18-week video, I will do a belly shot. You guys are going to be shocked. The belly is huge. It's huge. Alright, I will talk to you guys later.